Good afternoon, everybody. The presentation will be coming from RMG's perspective as a broadcaster and content producer today. We are many things, but we are focused very heavily on that today. Predominantly, the content we utilize is from our 34th racecourses, delivering 740 meetings, utilizing a core 6 or 7 camera coverage that we do submit to for the bigger days. The plan today is to give you a flavor of the channels that we work with, and there's 5 of them. I'm going to focus on Racing UK last, but I'll give you a quick flavor of those. Turf TV, set up in 2007, fixed odds betting service that goes into 99% of the betting shops in the UK and Ireland. Highly successful, competes heavily with CIS, so you may have heard of the word CIS. A couple of the real issues that we have here and opportunities, as you can see. One of them is audio. With 2 competing systems, we fight a little bit of the audio, so one of the things that we've developed is there's a lot more prompting. So you'll see there 6 minutes to bet. We'll be prompting people visually. The next one that you won't see on the screen is latency. Latency in delivering pictures, as most of us know, is very important. A lot of work has gone to maximize that potential. Next up, GBI Racing. This is a tote service that goes all over the world, circa 35 territories. Similar issues to Turf TV, but slightly different. In this case, we have very much more uninformed punters. So we have to do a lot more prompting and giving tips and education. So you should see in the bottom right-hand side, there'll be a trifecta tip for every race. Next up, Bet2View, a white-labeled bookmaker, online bookmaker service, delivering the racing to the bookmakers for those customers that have done a qualifying bet. We will do circa 40 million streams of our racing. So that's 40 million unique streams of our races through the bookmaker sites. Like everybody else has seen, we have seen a very strong increase in mobile consumption. Other than improving the picture of the quality of the picture, very little development has taken place over the last 6 or 7 years. We see some innovation coming in this area. We touched on Channel 4 Racing earlier. Really the racing shop window in the UK, I touched on it, somewhere between 750,000 audience on a Saturday to 8 million for the Grand National. One of the problems we have with Channel 4, although it's an opportunity, is that we cannot influence the editorial coverage. It is unfortunately covered by legislation, but it is an absolute gem in our offering. There is an absolute direct correlation between betting, the volume of betting, and those races shown on Channel 4. And I'm also delighted to say that it's heavily oversubscribed by bookmakers for advertising around the output. Touching on Racing UK, I would have described this as a direct-to-home service. It is not possible to do that any longer. We have to call it a pay TV service because it does much more than just go to home. And the reason I want to focus on this channel is that we own the channel, we own the customers, and therefore we interact much more heavily and can influence the outcome. So I'm going to focus on that mainly today. But before I do that, there is a question. Is linear TV dead? We're going to focus on the second screen, third screen, however we want to look at it. But I think it's really important that everybody understands that linear TV is still important. So the question is it? And the answer is no. So why is that? For me, this was somewhat surprising. It certainly was a bit of a kick up the backside when someone published this study about a month ago. It was my feeling that linear TV probably had had its time. Through VOD, over-the-top, TV Anywhere solutions, I was under the impression that people were leaving linear scheduling. Certainly in the UK, that is not what is happening. The study has said that 5 million more people than 4 years ago plan their viewing around TV schedules. I thought that was reasonably stunning, a stunning fact. And it's social media that is driving that. If you've got compelling content, people will talk about it. So what does that mean? For me, it means that we have to continue to focus on the primary TV channels. So how do we do that? Long list of things. Probably better that this little video that I will play probably illustrates it better than I can, but there's a lot of developments going on. A part to play, an important part to play, but it is not the be-all and end-all, as are apps and ITV. And lastly, leveraging your content across multiple channels will add value. So thank you, Jason. I will now hand over.